The card draw phase is going to be the first phase of every turn. And it's going to be fairly easy to do. And so we're going to go around the table and look at what people are getting. You look at how many, whatever the highest key that was pulled off, that will tell you the base number of cards that the player is supposed to get. They may have extra cards from whoever is the leader. They may actually lose some cards if some of the keys they control are in unrest. Now, you always get your home card. That's not as part of the card draw phase. The Ottoman is going to get 3 cards with no extras. The Habsburgs are going to get 5 cards, no extras. England is going to get 2 cards plus 1 extra card for Henry VIII. France is going to get 3 cards plus 1 card for Francis I. Leo is going to get 3 cards, no bonus. The Protestants are a little different. They either get 4 cards or 5 cards. So the way the Protestant works is cards. 5, 4 or more electorates are under Protestant political control. Religious influence is irrelevant in this case. 4 cards in all other situations. So basically, for the start of the game, because they don't really exist as a warring power that can politically control spaces, they're going to be getting 4 cards for a while. The final part of the beginning of turn 1 is going to be the Diet of Worms. And this is going to entail the Protestant player picking a card to play, and the papacy picking a card, and the Habsburg picking a card. Technically, there's actually a negotiation phase before the Diet of Worms. On turn 1, there's not a lot of negotiations that can take place anyway. If you're just starting out, I don't think skipping negotiations on turn 1 is really going to change the outcome. So here's what we've got for the Diet of Worms. The papacy is going to secretly pick a card. The Habsburgs are going to secretly pick a card, and the Protestant is going to secretly pick a card. Now, you can use your home card. The problem for the papacy is most people's home cards are 5s, the Protestants is. The 2 papacy home cards are a 3 and a 4. Now, you may not play a mandatory event. Cards range in CP value from 1 point to 4 points with some 5s thrown in. The Habsburgs really don't have a lot of motivation to throw away a good card. And this is a problem for the papacy because the Protestant score is 4 plus their card, and they're motivated to spend a good card to try to get some more conversions going. The Diet of Worms is going to work much more like a combat than the Reformation attempts that we went through in the first part of the game. So what's going to happen is the Protestants are going to pick a card. They're going to take their card number plus 4, and that's how many dice they're going to roll. The papacy card plus the Habsburg card gives the papacy a number of dice to roll. You're trying to get hits, a hit being a 5 or 6. And you're going to look at how many hits did I get, how many hits did they get. The person if it's tied, nothing really happens. The person that has more hits than their opponent, for every hit, they get to either turn to Protestant religious control or turn back to Catholic religious control if the Catholic rolls more hits than the Protestant. One more thing to mention about the card draw phase before we actually deal the cards and get to the Diet of Worms, when the Habsburg is going to give some lame-o excuse why they can't participate in the Diet of Worms. Could be an oldie but a goodie like dog ate my home card. Card draw phase should really be called deck shuffle and card draw phase. Very important is that at the beginning of this phase, starting with turn 3 and then for just about every turn thereafter, there are going to be cards that are going to be added to the deck. And so the way this works is you take the new cards, all the discards, and any unused cards from the last turn and shuffle all of them together to make a new deck. Now, the cards that have been removed are removed from the game. Those don't end up back in the deck. Leo, old buddy, I'm really committed to this Diet of Worms thing. I'm actually going to help you out. The Habsburg has drawn an interesting hand. They actually have 2 low cards that they could throw, but they're very good cards that they want to use for the event. And so they're having to give up a 3 CP card. So the papacy is actually doing okay here. And yes, all these cards are played secretly. For this video, though, I'm adding the color commentary. As I said, the Habsburgs provide the 3-value card, Frederick the Wise. The papacy is serious about getting, at least stopping the damage, so they commit one of their home cards. Likewise, the Protestants, their whole mission in life is convert spaces to Protestant. So they're going to convert. They're going to commit their home card to get as many rolls as they can get. So if you add up the numbers, the Protestant player is rolling 9 dice, 5 plus their automatic 4. The papacy is rolling 7 dice, the 4 card plus the 3 card. Now in the rules it says that the Habsburg rolls for theirs and the papacy rolls for theirs. For this teaching game, I'm not going to bother differentiating that. I'm not sure it really makes that much difference in a real game for the papacy not to roll at all. Not very good rolls by either player. The papacy has 1 hit, the Protestants have 2 hits. So the Protestants will get to convert 1 German language space to Protestant religious control. I've added some dice to the board to point up where the other 4 electorate spaces are. The remaining electorate spaces are all kind of southwest of where Luther starts. Because of this, because of wanting to get close to those, Luther is going to choose to convert Nuremberg. And so ends the Diet of Worms. The game itself, the game proper, will really start now, and the 95 Theses and the Diet of Worms will not occur again. Thank you for watching this video. Look for other videos if you find this one interesting.